Is WWE backing Vince McMahon in this Janel Grant case? There's new information out there. New information out there. You know what I'm saying? New information out there. Of course, as we already know, John Laurinaitis, he's a bitch. He's a hoe. He's a slut.
Yeah.
They all freaky ass niggas. You feel me? They need to stay their ass inside. But as we know, John Laurinaitis has flip-flopped and switched back to Vince McMahon's side in this case, or at least what this potential case that could either go to trial or go to arbitration. And that's apparently where we are now. The argument is this going to go to a trial? Is this going to go to a jury? Is this going to be in front of a judge and be a public matter, or at least continue to be a public matter? Or will this be handled in private in arbitration? And that seems to be where the two sides are having friction on at this point. Janel Grant and her team, of course, want this to remain public and go to trial. And Vince, of course, wants to keep this under wraps. WWE has finally made a statement on this, and they say that they are, saying that they're refuting her claims, but they're saying that their portion of this can't necessarily be heard because they've all already agreed to handle this in arbitration. This is pretty fucking messy.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's just a bunch of grandstanding. Like right now, I feel like just with a bunch of, legal speak of who can or who can't do what at this juncture. I don't know. I think it's nasty, of course, but it's kind of where we are with it at this point. I just wanted to kind of come bring the update so motherfuckers can't be like, Public Enemies wasn't saying that they don't be talking about real shit over there. Y'all be asking real questions to the media, bro. I'm saying, bro, I'm gonna blame it on Phil, bro. I don't be in them press conferences, bro. I'm gonna blame it on Phil, like, bro.
Yeah,
you did it.
Yikes.
You didn't do it. Why, Phil? Why you don't be asking the hard questions, bro?
Listen, I wasn't in that Royal Rumble press conference, sir. That was
right.
not me. I was not there.
He said, keep that shit up me, play, bro.
I was not there. But no, it's wild for them as a company on TV to be like, hey, we're trying to get away from Vince McMahon. We've officially named this the Levesque era. Triple H came out both nights of WrestleMania and put himself over huge. He makes sure to get on TV as much as possible now. So they're very much trying to get away from Vince McMahon as a persona on their television. So for them to then get in this case in this way and go, oh, well, we're refuting her claims, it's like, I don't know if you could do both.
I kind of think they have to do that to protect themselves a bit, because if they're trying to distance themselves from Vince, why would they want this to continue to be a public matter? You know what I'm saying? Just in that sense true. Of if we're trying to distance ourselves from it, and y'all have already agreed without our knowledge as far as like where this money has been coming from or whatever to handle this in arbitration, whether it was coercion or not, it's probably, in my opinion, I'm not a lawyer or nothing like that. I don't know shit. But in my opinion, just reading through it, it's probably in WWE's best interest to be like, y'all said y'all was going to handle this shit in private. We would much rather y'all handle this shit in private, because if we're trying to distance ourselves from him, we don't want hella media outlets to be talking about this as the trial is going on and continue to attach our name to his name. Does that make sense?
That's true.
Am I tripping?
No.
That's the only thing I think in that sense. Like that's probably like in technical sense. That's why I would assume that they would take that position. Of course. Also, I think they're also saying that I don't think they're refuting her claims in the sense of saying that Vince ain't do that nasty shit or to the extent of what y'all think. And I think what they're saying is, my name Bennett, I ain't in it type shit.
He stole the stock already.
I think that's what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
No. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense, because it's like, yeah, we want to distance ourselves from Vince McMahon. He's not over here. He's not on our television show. But at the same time, can y'all stop talking about this? I don't want this to continue to be covered. Triple H got in the press conference and said, no, we're just trying to keep it positive over here. We don't want to, clearly, they don't want to get into any of this conversation with this court case. And the longer this case goes on, the more that kind of stuff is going to happen for them.
Yeah.
But it just looks so bad for them.
It looks nasty.
it just looks so bad to
especially
refute
with
her
all
claims
that.
in that way.
Yeah, especially with all that, like the corporate officer stuff, with like certain people possibly being in the know. I'm sure if there's additional information in regards to that as well, that like rabbit hole goes deep further. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Like if there's any more, information that can make this rabbit hole go deeper, you feel me? That digs a hole for WWE. I'm sure they don't want to go there. Right, so it's like, if there's more to that, like maybe we should handle this over here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong. I'm just saying, I think just as a business, that's likely the position that they would and should take if they're trying to protect themselves from more scrutiny.
Yeah.
You damn near gotta go. You like Phil?
No, I was just gonna say, but when you make it seem like to the public that you're not cooperating with it as well, that then also makes it seem like you then have other things to hide.
Right. And I think that's an interesting way to look at it, because us being in the know, I feel like we know about it, but the general mainstream media, they might not know as much as like a, like as a deep dive wrestling fan to be like, oh, okay, you feel me? Like this is what's going on here. Because motherfuckers would just be like, oh, okay, Vince is a nasty nigga. Okay, cool. Like we get it. You know what I'm saying? But WWE being the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. I'm sure they wouldn't want to be, drugged further into this.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. Hey, we can move the fuck off of that and say, hey, what? Hey, what? Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You just gotta go and talk to their sponsors. You just be like, hey, your boy just got brought up on sex offender charges.
Yeah,
the nigga that you hang out with.
That was your boy. That was your man.
That's what they came in there. That's what they came in at Slim Jim. They was like, hey, did you know he was doing it? Did you feel bad about that? Did you know that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, bro. Yeah, this is yourself from that nigga.
Let's see. For sure. A couple of news tidbits here. The CW has